All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer. This time between the Equilibrium Brewery, and they're out of Middletown, New York, and the Other Half Brewing Company, which is headquartered in Brooklyn, New York. And this is their Lucid Dream Wave, and this is batch number 3. So they're calling this one a double IPA, and it does contain lactose, comes in at 8.2% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review, and this can is just over 5 weeks old. So we have another collab between EQ and Other Half. We also have another EQ collab that I'm reviewing on the channel. It seems most of my reviews from them are collaborations. So this takes another beer that they collabed on called Dream Wave Fluctuation, and they made the dry hop a little bit more intense. And for the hops in this one, they're using Citra, Amarillo, Galaxy, and Dorado. And this also gets the Dream treatment from Other Half, which is a boatload of oats and a touch of lactose, which is why I said this is brewed with lactose. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Other Half and EQ usually do great stuff when they collab. So yeah, I'm just hoping this is really delicious. I bought a 4-pack of this, and the other 3 cans I sent out in beer mails. So hopefully everybody enjoys them, whoever I'm sending them to, which by now they probably have already drank this beer. But yeah, anyway, do something like that, and we'll put this beer over here. So like I said, just over, it's like a dent in the can, just over 5 weeks old. And so on camera, they might be looking a little darker. Might look like it has a little bit of oxidation to it. Shout out to Jesse over at Bumpy Road Brews. But it has like that deep honey orange color that I like to say. It doesn't really look oxidized in person. On camera it might, but not in person. Very murky turbid, can't see through it. Just under a finger of a eggshell white, off-white colored head. Really creamy looking. Yeah, plays the role of what I would call a double IPA of the hazy realm. Anybody's gonna know. Okay, so has the EQ juice. Every time I have an EQ beer and it gives me the EQ juice, what does that entail? Acidic blood orange. That's what I always say. That has an acidic blood orange. But then I'm also getting like papaya, honeydew melon, pineapple, like sweeter, creamier fruits, more to the papaya and like honeydew melon side of things. Maybe mango, fleshy. It also has a little bit of like a watermelon too. That's interesting. But yeah, I mean, it has sweeter, over-ripened, tropical, and stone fruits. That's what I'm pretty much getting. Maybe a touch of citrus, but more to the stone and tropical fruit side of things. There's this really nice, dank earthiness. Yeah, it smells pretty good. It doesn't smell amazing. Doesn't smell as good as some of the EQ beers that I have drank in the past 6 months to a year. But it smells pretty good. It's making my mouth water. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Interesting. The nose is way better than the taste. The taste is, it's not oxidized. There's nothing off with it. It just, the nose was so pungent. Again, with that over-ripened stone fruit and tropical fruit. I was thinking that was going to translate in the taste, and it really didn't. It's a pretty good taste. But I was hoping this was going to be amazing, and it's not. Let's go body and mouthfeel. I think the one thing I would say about this one is the body is a little bit disappointing for me. It has like a low side of medium body at 8.2%. And I can't really off the top of my head think of like a double IPA I've had from EQ or Other Half that has given me this kind of body, like under medium body. It's watery to some extent. The mouthfeel also isn't as fantastic as typically from both these breweries. It's soft, it's smooth, doesn't have like a lush creaminess. They gave it the Dream treatment, they said, and I wouldn't necessarily say there is a Dream treatment going on here. So body, it's thin. Mouthfeel, good, but not great. The taste, what's the best way I can put this? The nose to taste at a complete 180 for me personally. It went from, again, all that rich, over-ripened tropical and stone fruit to this, I guess, juicy citrus character, which is nice. I think that's like the saving grace of this for me. Forefront, it's orange, it's blood orange, it's tangerine, pink grapefruit, sweeter, juicier citrus vibes. It all hits me at the front of the palate. As it continues to pass through, though, I was hoping that there would be like a overripened like mango or peach or pineapple or something, or even ripened, just like a strong, sweeter tropical or stone fruit. And that citrus for me just kind of carries on. And the only thing that hits me outside of the citrus is just like watermelon, like this candied watermelon that hits me middle of the palate. Maybe that's the EQ juice that EQ always talks about. They always say like a melon. Maybe I'm getting hit with EQ juice. But it starts with that citrus, and you're hoping in the middle there's something that just kind of, the citrus goes on and it hits the watermelon. Then the watermelon carries to the back, and then I'm left with this dry, this is like full on dry, yeah, just dry, like kind of earthy kind of bitterness. There's like a mild to moderate bitterness. As you can see, I'm kind of stumbling over my words because I have not had a beer like this that kind of changed so significantly from the nose to the taste. It's, again, I'm actually, what did I say? I said this is very good. I would say this is good. This is a good double IPA. But the nose indicated it was going to be amazing. And the taste is not amazing. Now, I've had some bangers from EQ, from themselves, I did the Moon of Vega. You're going to see this maybe a week after the Moon of Vega. That collab with Jay Wakefield, it was basically an orange creamsicle without any fruit. They did a fucking fantastic job with it. I loved it. I gave it like a 4.4 or 4.5. It was a fantastic double IPA. This doesn't touch that. And Dream Lab was another one I had between them and Other Half, which I really liked. This falls short of a lot of collabs I've heard of. This to me, I'll be honest with you, and again, I'm in the minority. I know a lot of folks out there loved the collab between them and Topple and Goliath, their King Ale. The ratings on Untappd are like a 4.35, 4.4. I think I gave that beer like a 4 out of 5, 4.1, something like that. So disappointing for me for the collab. And I think this is the same thing. I don't know what this exactly scores on Untappd, but it's going to get lower than I would have anticipated based on the two breweries involved. 8.2%. I really don't get any warming in the chest or on the palate. So I will say the best thing about this, hides the alcohol well. It's really easy to drink. It doesn't lean in any way on the palate, whether it's sweet or bitter or dry. There's a good balance here. It just is not that flavorful compared to the nose, but I do enjoy the flavors. It's just, again, it's one of those beers where the nose set me up for disappointment. That happens a decent amount. So do I like this? Yes. Is it amazing? It is not to my palate. Can I see people out there really digging it? Probably. Did I get an off can? Is this oxidized? It doesn't taste oxidized to me. But maybe there's something going on here. I don't know. EQ's, it happens. Sometimes I've had friends, like the aforementioned Jesse, who bought 4-packs, and like 1 or 2 of the 4-packs is just completely oxidized, and the other 2 are fresh. I don't know. I hope the cans I sent out are actually really good and a little bit better than this. But I would say even if they're just like this, I still think people would enjoy it. But I'm just not loving it. It's good, but not great. That's the best way to explain it. So I was expecting a little bit more. Other Half, one of my favorite breweries, and EQ makes some awesome beers. So I'm going to give one last taste here, and then I will rate it. So, yeah, it's all right. I take that back. I shouldn't say it's all right. I'm acting like this is a trash beer, and in reality, there are no trash beers because a lot of people like beers that I don't, and vice versa. I will say that this is disappointing for what I want out of this beer. So, Lucid Dream Wave Batch 3 from Other Half, or should I say from EQ and Other Half. Gotta be honest, gotta stick to my guns, and I'm gonna give this a high 3.75 and go 3.8 out of 5. It happens. Just so happens with this beer. I do hope that the 3 individuals I sent this beer out to enjoy it more than I do, because that was the reason I sent this one out. I was like, said EQ Other Half collab. It's a month old when I sent it out. Or might even been a little bit fresher than that. Hopefully they enjoy it. If they get this and they're not huge fans, I get it. Again, this gets a 3.8 out of 5. I was hoping this would be like a 4.25 or higher. It happens. Price point availability, I paid $20 for 4-pack, so kind of the going rate for an 8.2% double IPA with lactose. And availability, I have no idea. If you get EQ and or Other Half in your neck of the woods, did you see this beer? Did you pick up this beer? If you did and you had it, post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Did you have the prior batches of this, batch 1 or 2? I don't know if any of the batches are significantly worse or better than the others, but this is the most recent batch, and disappointing. That's the best way to sum this up. It's disappointing. So you can always tell in a review where I'm not necessarily upset because it's just beer. It doesn't affect my livelihood or my day-to-day or anything. But as I sit here and talk to you for 10-15 minutes during a review, it puts me in a little bit of a dampened mood, so to speak. Just because I really like both of these breweries, and I was hoping for something better. And as you can see on my facial expression, how I rated the beer and how I feel overall, it's disappointing. It happens though, so I'll still buy EQ stuff, still buy other half stuff. It's just one of my least favorite collabs in a while. So anyway, like I said, if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.